Hello Y1, hello warriors. This video is designed to prepare you for the grading on the weekend, where you're going to get your black tip if you can demonstrate everything. I'm going to take you through the whole syllabus, and that way you know exactly what to do, and in the week you can ask your parents or your brother and sister really nicely if they can help you train for your black tip. Let's get started. So first things first, fighting stance. We have the feet shoulder width apart. So they're as wide as your shoulders. We have the feet shoulder width deep. So they're as deep as your shoulders as well. We have the front foot facing in a little bit. We have the back foot with the heel off the ground. So we're not flat-footed, we have the heel off the ground. Keep the hands up about shoulder height to protect your head. Just like this. This is our fighting stance. From fighting stance, we want to see some hammers forwards. The hammers forwards, remember we salute, we smash using the bottom bit of the fist, the meaty part of the fist, go in and then back up, in and then back up. We want to send the shoulder forwards and downwards to get more power in the strike. So instead of just this with an upright body, send the shoulder forwards and down, forwards and down to get a lot of power in that strike. If it's low, we do the same strike, but we bend the knees to drop the body and again get more power in the strike. It's the same strike, salute, smash, but then bend the knees. Salute and smash, just like the Hulk. Now hammers sideways. So we have the problem to our side. You send the elbow past the target, we make a fist, and then we strike with the fist and bring it back the same way it came, just like this. Make sure the arm is level with the ground. We don't want it pointing up or pointing down, but level with the ground. We have a nice strong fist hitting with the meaty part of the fist again. The other leg should press and turn our body a little bit. So we're not just striking like this, not very powerful, but if you push with the other leg, like this, lifting the heel off the ground, then you have a lot more power in the strike. And now we have the problem behind us, so we have the hammers backwards. Same hammer strike, same arm motion. This time we want to turn both the feet and lean backwards because we're striking this direction. So we lean in the direction of the strike, turn the feet and lean back. We do this, turn the feet and lean back. We have a nice strong strike traveling in the direction of the target. Now we have the kicks. We have the shield. With the kicks, we have the regular kick forwards. We should all know. It's like the soccer ball kick. Using the ball of the foot, so underneath the toes, this part on the foot, we can kick forwards and upwards like we're kicking a soccer ball. When we hit the target, make sure the knee is still bent. So we don't want this straight knee, but the knee should still be bent when we hit the target. We can use the instep, which is the top of the foot ankle area. So we kick like this. And we also have the knee strike. So the knee strike, we can do the knee strike with the top of the knee area. Keep the knee bent, send the knee forwards and upwards. And we can also grab onto the back of the attacker's shoulder and their neck area, pull them in, and make a nice strong knee strike. Stay away. Again, bent knee. Knee goes straight forwards and upwards. Make sure we don't have any turning, but straight forwards and upwards. We have two more kicks. We have the side kick. With the side kick, we want our base foot, the one that's on the ground, to have the heel pointing to where we're kicking. So not this, but this. Heel points to where we're kicking. Start the kicking foot with the knee in front of the body, like this. So not here, but here, in front of the body. Then we stomp, just like we're stomping on the ground. We stomp to the side, to where the target is, where the attacker is. Again, heel points towards the target, knee starts in front of the body, stomp, balance, land. The back kick. With the back kick, it's very similar. We look, lift the heel, and we stomp. Same stomping motion as this. We stomp back to where the problem is. Keep the knees nice and close. Keep the foot pointing towards the ground. So we stomp it this way. So it's not this is the side kick, but this. Nice and simple. Balance and land. That's it for the kicks. Now we have your combination. Combination, very simple. Stay away, I don't know you, leave me alone. Regular kick, 2 palm strikes, knee strike. Make sure we yell, at least at the end of the combination, but ideally during the combination. Stay away, you're not my mom, you're not my dad, I don't know you. Leave me alone. That way people can hear that you're in trouble. That's it for the strikes. So now we have the self-defense section. First problem we're looking at is somebody tries to attack you, boom, like this. Or boom, like this. Big circular attack. Or they're trying to grab you in a circular motion, they're trying to touch you in a circular motion. We don't want them to touch us. So from here, leave me alone. Remember the 360, making the house and the garage, same defense. So we block with the arm. Make sure the arm is bent. Make sure we block at about the wrist area, just like this. And make sure we tuck the head in to protect our head. After this, if it's a kid, push, yell, stay away. If it's an adult, oh, a very dangerous situation. Leave me alone, I don't know you. Start attacking, start screaming, start kicking, start palm striking, do whatever you can to get out and get to your parent. If it's a low strike, same thing. We block on the wrist with our arm, but this time we have to bend forward from the body. Make sure the arm's still bent. We don't want this, she can slide up and hit us. We want the arm bent, but we want to bend forward from the body to get nice and low so she can't hit us. Again, kid at school, stay away, I don't know you. Adult, leave me alone. Start striking, nice and simple. Again, we have the house, we have the garage, which is bending forwards as well. Nice, simple 360. Now the kid's trying to kick us, either in the groin or towards the side of the leg. Just be careful with this one. Leave me alone. Again, stay away. We call this one the educational block because we're educating them, we're teaching them not to attack us because we want to put them in a bit of pain. So she's trying to kick us, we bend the knee to block the kick. So it's our bent knee against the front of her shin. Our knees are very strong, especially when we're looking at impacting and striking with them. And her shin is going to be quite painful against our knee. So she's going to be in more pain than we are. Again, we need to bend the knee to block the kick. Like this, bend to block the kick. And that way, if a teacher sees you do it, all they saw you do was this. They didn't see you kick or punch or hurt the other kid, but the other kid's going to be in a lot of pain, but it looks like you haven't done anything, which is very good because you can avoid getting into trouble at school. Again, she kicks, bend the knee to block. If she kicks towards the outside, like this, we do the same thing. This time we block in this direction, nice and simple, just like that. And again, we block on their shin with our bent knee. This time, if she kicks towards the outside again, it's a roundhouse, go. Leave me alone. Again, slowly. Leave me alone. So we have the double defense. We block with the leg, which means our leg is pointing towards the ground, like this. So it's not this, and not this, but towards the ground. We put the arm on top, clench the fist, blocking with the muscly part, so this flat part of the back, not here, but here. Just like this, and we glue the elbow to the knee. That way, there's nothing for her to get through in the middle. So again, that way it doesn't matter how high she's kicking, we're blocking it. Now we also want to tuck our head in, go, and be nice and strong so we don't fall off balance. Push afterwards against a kid at school, get to the teacher, you know what to do from there. Now we have shirt grabs. Try to prevent them grabbing the shirt if possible. If they grab the shirt one hand, leave me alone, don't touch me, it's my shirt. Grab again, Step back with the other leg. So if we're grabbed on the left side, we want to step back with the right leg. And then we make 2 circles with the close arm, making sure we wipe our face with our bicep. 1, 2. If she grabs the other side, 1, 2. We do it on the other side. So whatever side we're being grabbed on, we step with the other leg and we use the close arm. Doesn't matter if she grabs with the left arm or if she grabs with the right arm. Makes no difference. We always defend with the close arm and step with the other one. Now if she grabs two-handed, don't touch me. Again, prevent the shirt grab if you can. But if you weren't able to, leave me alone. Let go of the shirt. Slowly. Leave me alone. Let go of my shirt. Okay. We want to take a step backwards and turn side on. That way she can't knee us in the groin. You send one arm over the top and grab on the other arm. So we're not grabbing this arm, we go over the top and grab the far wrist area. Make sure the elbow is nice and high. We don't want this because she can headbutt me. But if it's here, okay, she can't headbutt me. That's good. We have a shield against her. From here, take the knuckles, the corner of the knuckles, and we knock on the back of her hand like it's a door. It's possible to do a scraping motion as well. You have to dig in very hard. But for the grading, I want to see knocking, knock, 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 let go, don't touch my shirt. And then tell them not to touch you again. Nice and simple. And that's the self-defense. So now we have some ground self-defense. First thing we're looking at is getting up forward while attacking. So I'll show you, then I'll explain. Leave me alone, don't touch me, I don't know you. So from here we kick, 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 kick. Once we have a bit of distance from us to the attacker, we come up into the figure 4 position. So the figure 4, we have left leg, right hand. You can do the other way. Right hand, left leg, doesn't matter, but opposite leg, opposite hand on the floor. The other one is tucked underneath. Again, tucked underneath, so it makes kind of like a 4 shape, the number 4. From here, we're in the figure 4. We come up into the dog pee position. So we bring the knee up. We have 3 things touching the ground. We have the foot, the ball of the foot, we have the knee, and we have the hand all touching the ground to keep us nice and balanced. Looks like a dog peeing on a tree or a fire hydrant. That's why we call it the dog pee position. We make a couple of side kicks. So kick, kick, and then we come up, get up, and continue attacking as much as we need to make sure we're safe. That's getting up off the ground forward. Now we have a problem where a kid is trying to kick us in the head while we're on the ground. Okay, so now the attacker is kicking us in the head from the side. Go like a soccer ball kick, like this. We want to defend ourselves, so go. Stay away! Don't touch me! I don't know you! So from here, first things first, we want to turn and face her. If we're nice and early, we'll have our feet between her and us, and we can block with the feet, start kicking, and do what we just talked about, getting up. So if we're early, the feet will be between her and us. That's really good. That's the best case we can get. If we're not so early, then we turn and we make a bit of a sliding surface. Keep kicking, keep going through. Like this. That's it. So we want to make the same roundhouse defense we had standing, this one, but on the ground, because it's like a roundhouse coming towards our head while we're on the ground. So we put the elbow and the knee together. We make a nice strong fist. Make sure the flat bit, the muscly bit on the outside is facing outwards. And that way we have like a nice ramp for her to slide up so she misses the head. Go kick. That's it. We want her to miss the head just like that. If we're really, really late and we don't get to turn quick enough, then we block. So we block with the shin, or if we're super, super late, maybe we block with the arm as well. And the same way we block the roundhouse kick. Again, clenched fist, really tight fist, blocking with the meaty, muscly part of the back of the forearm. In all cases, start kicking afterwards. Kick, 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 kick. Get up in advance like we just talked about. And that's it for defending against a kick to the head on the ground. So now we have break falls forwards and backwards. So for the forwards break fall, we tripped over, we're falling forwards. We need to make sure we land without hurting ourselves. So from here, and slowly, okay. So for this one, we want to have our hands under our shoulders. So not too low, not too high, but under our shoulders. Keep the elbows in. We don't want them out too much, that'll hurt our shoulders a lot. Keep them in, nice and tight. Send the head to the side so it's further away from the ground. Now we don't want our head touching the ground. We want to avoid the knees or anything bony touching the ground as well so we don't get hurt. That's the break fall. As we go down, let the elbows bend and stop ourselves halfway to the ground. We don't want to be here. We don't want to be here. We want to be here, halfway. Then we turn onto our back so we're ready to defend ourselves if it was somebody who pushed us. That way we can do our ground self-defense. Nice and simple. Now the backwards break fall. So we're falling backwards and same thing, we don't want to hit our head on the ground. So when we're ready, slowly, okay, so chin to chest, very, very important. If the chin's up, we can hit our head, but we want the chin down so we don't hit our head. Send our hips down towards the ground like we're sitting. Roll backwards and hit the ground with our hands before our back touches. So we like slap the ground a little bit, using this part up to this part here. Make sure the elbow doesn't touch the ground. It's very painful if it does. Elbow doesn't touch, and we use the muscly part of the forearm on the inside. We want to hit it 45 degrees. So not too close, not too far out, but 45 degrees. We hit for a little bit, and then we let ourselves fall down to the ground fully. So this hitting the ground slows us down before we let our back touch the ground. We don't want to try and stop ourselves, because if we do this, we'll probably break our shoulders. It can be very, very painful, a lot of injury as well. So don't try to stop yourself, just slow yourself down before you touch the ground. On the ground, get ready to kick. So one leg on the ground, one leg is up, ready to defend ourselves. One last time, nice and slow. Like this. Okay, now we have the forwards roll and the backwards roll. Forwards roll, I'll demonstrate then explain. Okay, two hands go to the ground a little bit like the break fall. One is to the side, one faces upwards. Like this, on the ground. We want to smell our armpit. Tuck the head underneath the armpit. So on the arm that's facing upwards, we tuck the head underneath and try to smell ourselves or look behind us so the head's not showing. The roll goes from the shoulder diagonally down towards the hip. So it's not straight down, nope, from the shoulder down towards the hip. This way, shoulder, across the back, down to the hip, and we land in a kneeling position, ready to come up and defend ourselves if we need to. So hands go to the ground, tuck the head underneath, allow the arms to bend, lower the body, and then roll from the shoulder to the hip. Nice and simple. Now we have the backwards roll. Okay, so with the backwards roll, we want to send our hips down towards the ground. So we're rolling from a low height, just like this. A bit like the backwards break fall, as early as we can. Now, we send the head to one side, ear to the shoulder. Send the hands to the other side. Ear to the shoulder, hands over the shoulder like this. So head to one side, hands to the other, hands over the shoulder. We send our legs over our hands and head. When we land, try to have just the feet touching the ground, not the knees. We come up, ready to defend ourselves again. Again, ear to the shoulder on one side, hands and legs to the other shoulder. This time we roll from the hips up towards the shoulder. So it's the opposite of the forward roll, but again, we're not rolling straight up. We go from the hips on one side all the way up across the shoulder on the other, which is why we have the head on one side, so we can make some room on the other shoulder to roll. Okay, fighting skills for Y1, we have 2 takedowns. So we have the rock the boat takedown. Remember, we grab on their arm, and then we grab on their back through their armpit, just like this. Get the body nice and close. We can rock. 1, 2, 3, 4, and miss. Come down into this position. So to do the takedown, we want to pull them down on their arm. So we pull them down towards the ground. With the other arm and our body, we want to turn them. If we pull and turn, they naturally go down to the ground. Nice and simple, so pull and turn. We want to stay with them. We want to pin them to the ground. So pull, turn, and push with our body to send them down towards the ground, just like this. Nice and simple. Second takedown we have is the shoulder barge takedown. For the shoulder barge takedown, I'll demonstrate and then I'll explain. Okay, so for the shoulder barge takedown, put both of your feet inside their feet. That way they don't kick you in the groin. So we don't want this, we want this inside their feet. From here, we send our shoulder forwards and upwards. Forwards and upwards, like a bull charging. We take 2 hands, place them on the back of their legs, just above their knees, and with these hands, we pull them backwards and upwards. So shoulder goes forwards and upwards, hands go backwards and upwards at the same time, like a wheelbarrow. We do this, and we send them down towards the ground, just like this. From here, stay away, don't touch me. We can leave. And that's it for fighting skills. So, Y1, that's the whole syllabus. Revise, study, practice over the week. Ask your parents really nicely, or your brother and sister really nicely if they can help you. Don't be too pushy, but ask them, say, Mum, Dad, when you have the time, can you help me a little bit with my grading? And then I'll see you on the weekend. Good luck for your black tip test, and you'll be halfway towards a yellow belt. Good stuff. Excellent work, and good luck, Y1.